What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiancé video, and this one is all about Love in Paradise, the Caribbean Way Season 2, Episode 3. But of course, before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel and every single person that is a member of Patreon, where you can find all of our unrestricted content and also exclusive content that's upcoming as well. And with that being said, though, the link for that is down below in the description. And now let's get into this week's episode and see exactly what went down.
Siempre he querido ser papá. Si Daniel no puede tener ese bebé, yo estaría destruido, pero me guardaría eso para mí.
You see, people have already been speculating since episode 1 that Johan may be with Danielle because of her money. Because all we've learned, one of the things that we have learned about them is that she pays for everything. Absolutely everything. He hasn't paid for nothing. And because of that, even her friends are questioning what are his intentions. So let's talk about the situation when it comes to having a kid. We know that Danielle is 42 and her chances of having a child is lower than what she would like it to be. But we also know that Johan really wants to have a child. I mean, he even speaks about it highly in this program, talking about God literally knows that I want to be a father, you know? So I sit and I say to myself, if we relate his willingness to want a child to him potentially being a gold digger or him, looking for a cash cow, I do wonder if his plan is to try and have a child with Danielle, but if he can't, still get that green card and then leave her for another American woman who can give him a child and also continue being the cash cow. And I think this is something that we have to put out here based on the narratives that we have at this moment in time when it comes to Johan's behavior around Danielle and the fact that she's always paying for everything and he's literally just a piece of wood for her pretty much. You know what I mean? He's a boy toy at this moment in time. So I'm just putting it out there as a thought. Let me know what you're thinking. Do you think Johan, if he's unable to have a child with Danielle, do you believe if he obviously continued to still marry her, he would then leave her for someone else in America because obviously having a child is something that is so important to him? And if that's going to be the case, he shouldn't marry her. He shouldn't even, you know what I mean? He should just cut off now. If he's got that thought in his head, he needs to break up with her. You see what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, let's continue.
I have sacrificed so much for this relationship. You have to give me a break.
You don't think I even sacrificed too? I'm starting from zero to start life with you.
I know you sacrificed, Daniel, but for you to put a $15,000 bathroom addition onto the house is just something that I cannot factor in right now. We do not have the money. You do not have your work permit. And that's just what it is.
So this is Danielle, 25, and this is Amber, 31, I believe. And based on what I've got, these two are from the first season. And you know what? I'm really sick and tired of TLC always bringing back couples from a previous season. It's like, if you want to do like a series or where there's a continuous, make a series on a continuous. You know what I mean? But I feel like when it comes to some of their shows like the 90-Day franchise, it should be new couples every single season, to be honest with you. But hey, that's just a complaint that I have just to put out there. But nonetheless, though, let's get into this. So obviously, Daniel's from Costa Rica. That's where they met. And obviously, he's now in the States. And, at the end of the day, at this moment in time, they are living together, but they're also living with Amber's sister as well. So obviously, he's expressing how he wants a bathroom. He wants to make another bathroom because that's his line of work. He's, he's into construction, which I think is a brilliant idea. But of course, money isn't something that she has right now because she's had to spend thousands on getting him a K1 visa. Then also on top of that, she's also had to spend her savings to get them the house that they're in now as well. And obviously, I understand her frustrations about, the fact that it's not feasible to do that right now. Yes, another bathroom would be nice because there's 3 of us in it. But the thing is, though, why is there 3 in the house? The reason there's 3 in the house is because, well, there's a spare room. And because he's not working at this moment in time because he hasn't got his work visa, her sister moving in with them makes a lot of sense based on the financial aspect. Now, of course, obviously, when it came to Patrick and John, it's a different conversation because we know that guy can afford it. So please don't make the comparison and be a smart and be like, yeah, but you're saying something different when it comes to Patrick and John and Dias. No, the situation's completely different because they're in a position where legit this guy cannot work and she's literally working paycheck to paycheck. And if her sister coming in to help is going to help, then you got to do it. You know what I mean? But here's the thing, though. Because obviously things aren't going the way that he would like to have it because everybody has this crazy freaking imagination that when you move to America or you move to the UK or Canada, whatever, you're going to be living the dream of like stress-free. You're going to be able to leave your house every day to drive to the city and go and do all these amazing things as if they are priceless when you got to work to do them. But here's the thing though, this is what he then says after this.
She was really fun person to be with, but now here in United States, she understands it's stressful, she understands it's annoying, and I never thought my relationship is going to be this hard.
This is the issue though, right? It's not that your relationship is hard. It's the fact that you've been hit with reality. End of the day, the way I see it, if you meet someone in a country that, let's say you meet someone that's not, you meet them and you're not in the States, stay where you are. Simple as that, you know? Unless, of course, you know, you're going to be with someone, I was going to say, unless you're going to be with someone who's wealthy, then maybe it's a different conversation. But we've seen Bilal's behavior since bringing Shada to the States. You know, he's treated like absolute garbage. Then we've seen Patrick's behavior towards Thais when he's brought her over and he's treated her like garbage. So even if you obviously find someone from the States who's wealthy, it seems as if like on 90 Day Fiancé, the American cast members sometimes just can't really get it right. You know, we're in a situation right now on 90 Day Fiancé where we've got we've got every single American cast member on there at this moment in time where they're like, they've just changed their tune to their partners. They were completely different people when they were with their partner in another country. But now they're in America, they're like, whoa, this is America, baby. You're not going to live by my rules. But then obviously at the same time, we've now got this situation here where he's come into it thinking that life is going to be dandy when it's far from the freaking case. But here's the thing though, man. If you really love someone and you really want to be together, to be honest with you, no matter where you are in the world, it should work regardless. And you should be able to adapt to each other's needs no matter what. Unless, of course, that person has legit changed their tune. I don't believe Amber has changed the tune. It's just that she is a woman who's having to work and pay for everything. And also needs now her sister's assistance. So at the end of the day, things just ain't easy for her. So obviously he needs to be a bit more, or way more considerate, to be fair with you. You know what I mean? And way more understanding to say, you know what? Let's see what's what. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's get into it.
Sherlon and I have been arguing about this paternity paper that he was supposed to have filled out so he can be put on Odin's birth certificate.
I just don't know what's wrong with this girl, to be honest with you. Ariana, why is she doing so much? She's doing so freaking much for this guy who has shown time and time again that one, he doesn't love her. Two, he doesn't care to be in a relationship with her. Three, he doesn't care to take the plane trip to come and see his son. Four, which is now a new one, he didn't even care to even be on the birth certificate of his own child. So therefore it leads us to number 5, where she is stupid enough to ignore all of these things and still fly over there to give him what he wants. Well, to give him what he wants, so he can see his son, and then for her to have hopes that when she's there, he's going to change his mind. I'm starting to wonder sometimes when I watch, you know, depending on the cup, of course, I'm starting to wonder, what is the standard for American women right now? I mean, listen, maybe this is all scripted and maybe this isn't the way, but like, I'm seeing all these beautiful American women on these shows and they're going for guys who are just no good piece of waste, shall I say. What happened to knowing our worth? Knowing your worth, you know? But sometimes I have a conspiracy though. Do women of a certain country treat men of that country differently to men from another country? Do men treat women of that country different to women from another country? But I'm going to go more for the women because I'm a man, so it's easy for me to go on that side because you see what I'm saying. So I do wonder though, does American woman's standard drop when she goes for a man from abroad? Does the standard for a British woman drop? Nah, actually, no, to be fair, British woman is just British woman no matter what. Shots fired, you know what I mean? But like, well, what is going on here? You know, because the question is, would she put up with this amount of hassle from a guy from the States? But as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty sure in this situation, if he was an American or even in the UK, you'd be quick to call in whoever you use to file your benefits from your partner. You know what I mean? Childcare. You know what I mean? You'd be like, well, if you're gonna step, that's fine. I'm gonna make sure that you are paying me regardless. Government, what's going on? Application done, blah 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 blah. You now got to pay me this amount a week, this amount a month for your child. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. Maybe I'm missing the plot here. I'm just really frustrated with this lady because, you know, such a beautiful woman, but she's wasting so much time with this no good piece of flipping waste. Anyway, let's get into it, man. And to think that he didn't even care to want to be on his own child's birth certificate. That's the one. That shows levels there. His actions are just appalling.
Where he like accidentally called me, and I answered, and I'm like listening to him like having a conversation with a female, like they're like laughing and singing.
How does he
like,
accidentally call you?
Right. And then my phone dies. I was pissed. Yeah. And then so I call him as soon as my phone charges back up, and I said, well, "Who are you with?" And he's like, "Nobody. I'm just sitting in my car." And I'm like,
Red flags.
And yet she still continues to lower her standard by tolerating this guy's behavior. I don't know why she's so desperate for this guy to be in her life as a partner, and why she's so desperate to have him in her life even as a father, because it's evident that he's not a good partner and clearly not a good father. He says that he wants to be one, but he's making no actions. Lady, just do what I tell every single woman. When the moment you get pregnant, always prepare yourself to be a single parent moving forward. That's it. Not because I'm assuming that the guy's gonna leave, but what I mean is at the very beginning of when a woman gives birth anyway, a man, the give or take of the type of man, is probably gonna be at work quite a lot. So you are gonna be raising that child by yourself for a good while in those those early stages anyway. So always prepare yourself to be that single parent based on what could happen. And she needs to just put in her head that, listen, I'm a single parent and I'm not in a relationship anymore because this guy's a waste man, and I'm just gonna wait for the right guy to come along whenever he comes along. Point blank period.
in an exclusive relationship with Sherlon, but like the saying goes, you know, if they're not getting it from you, they're probably getting it from somebody else. Also, Sherlon works at a swingers resort.
That's where I work at night.
You just couldn't write this storyline, could you? I'm done with this lady. I'm done with her already. I'm just done. Like, I was done with her last episode, but now I'm just like, yo, good luck to you, lady. Good luck to you. I'm not saying that because he's in a profession, it means he's doing something funky, but lady, his actions speak in levels. I wouldn't be surprised if he's got tons of kids lurking around, to be fair. She may just be one of his baby moms, for all we know. Anyway, man, it's a madness.
I wish that Valentine would not be polyamorous because I don't consider myself a jealous person sexually. However, when it comes to emotions, that is when my jealousy comes out.
I've got to say though, Carlos and Valentine have got to be the most pointless relationship of this season. But I've got to think about that because I feel like that about some of couples too. But this is the thing about 90 Days. It's always kind of addictive about who the hell you dislike the most or who's the most pointless. But nonetheless, though, at this moment in time, I am saying that they are the most pointless because these two know that they are not compatible, but yet they pretend as if they are. They have been together for 2 years or something like that, and they were on and off throughout all those years when they hadn't even met. And Valentine knows that he's poly, but he knows that Carlos is not poly. And he knows that Carlos isn't really going to approve of that. Carlos knows that Valentine is poly, and Valentine knows that he's not going to approve of it. So why the hell they're still together and why they decided to meet, I don't understand. And also, Valentine has this thing where he's like, oh, when I go there, if things go well, I'm going to propose. You were on and off without even meeting to begin with. If that's not a red flag, then what the hell is it? A blue flag, a white flag, a pink flag? What color is it? I don't know. If I find out that these two are actually still together, I will be so freaking surprised. And also on top of that, when it comes to the sexual aspect anyway, both of them are top. So there's not even a balance. There isn't even a balance within their sexual chemistry neither. Oh man, toxic TV. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's get it.
How will we pay for an egg donor?
Now, I don't know.
$30,000 is a lot of money.
Nada es imposible para Dios.
Johan is one hell of a troll, man, or two or something. Because you see, so she's found out that her chances of her chance of getting pregnant naturally is very, very, very low. Okay, I believe she needed to be at 1.1, but she was like a 0.1 0.18 or 0.2, something like that, okay? And because of that, it means that obviously, you know, the chance of her getting pregnant naturally is going to be pretty much slim. So the other alternatives is an IVF or getting obviously someone else as a donor, XYZ. Now, of course, obviously, we know that that's going to cost a lot of money, and she's obviously explained that she's looking at least 30K, and that's something that she's obviously expressed to him based on knowing that one of her friends has been through it. Now, obviously, as you saw, Johan's reaction was that nothing is impossible, we'll see. But here's the thing, though. Johan is sitting there thinking that she will find a way to do it. That's exactly what he's thinking, because she also goes on to express how she's frustrated with Johan because where he's such a religious person, he believes that if something can't happen now, it will happen at some point as long as he prays. He even goes on to say that if we can't afford it, I'll pray. If you ask me, the prayer that he's referencing to is that some way, somehow, Danielle's going to stumble across money to get it done. Because this prayer that he's talking about that isn't going to pay for anything, to be honest with you, I don't see it being a prayer that's going to be where he's going to stumble money or some way, somehow. Because the matter of the fact is, especially if they go stateside, she knows that he's not going to be able to work for a good while anyway. And the matter of fact is, though, do they have enough time to wait for him to be able to actually get a work visa in the States? Who knows? Obviously, I'm not too sure about obviously how IVF works or any other alternative works per se. But as far as I'm concerned, I can only imagine that the longer you wait, the harder it becomes in most situations, give or take what situation that whichever scenario you're going for. So the matter of fact is him talking about waiting and praying. If you ask me, he's thinking that, yeah, she loves me that much, or I've got her underneath my thumb so much that eventually she's going to find a way to get the money some way, somehow. And honestly, if that's the case and that's how he's thinking, I really hope that she opens up her eyes and she leaves this guy ASAP. Because to be honest with you, if she doesn't pay for him to have a child that he wants so much, I generally believe that he's just going to up and leave her. And more likely once he's in the States. It's evident that he wants to be there. But hey, let's continue.
You didn't even tell me that.
Ashton's going through a divorce from his husband, and I haven't told Daniel this yet, but Ashton's going to be moving in with us.
So this is where the dynamic changes here. So she's already living with her husband, Daniel, and also her sister. And now her friend is also going to be moving in as well. And they already struggle for that one bathroom. Now I'm starting to think, you know what? You got to put in that 15K for that extra bathroom, to be honest with you. What in the bumperclad is going on here? Is this for real? Wow. Okay. I mean, end of the day, if you ask me, her priorities are not in the right place. I understand that she wants to be an amazing friend to her friend who's going through a divorce, you know, sadly for him. But the matter of fact is, if I was her, I would say to her, listen, I just can't do it because at the end of the day, the only room we have available, my sister's taking it and we already struggle anyway with certain aspects of the house. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to look for an alternative. She needs to stand her ground, you know what I mean? And I'm sure her friend would be understanding, but no. I really hate this when people do this, you know what I mean? Like they expect other people to adapt. The fact that she's expecting her husband to be okay with this is just unnecessary. Oh man, at first I wasn't really feeling that sorry for him, but now I'm feeling a little bit sorry for him because what she's doing is moving mad. Now, prioritizing in the wrong way, but anyway, that's just my opinion, but let's continue.
It's not that I don't want to tell him, it's just like I'm not ready for that argument or I'm not ready to fight with him.
Yeah.
But then on the other flip side of that, like I don't feel like he has any room to have an opinion. He doesn't pay any bills and you will be paying bills, so like I feel like I don't have to answer to him about that.
I get what you're saying.
Well. But the thing is though, is it his fault that he's not paying any bills? No, it's not. He's moved to a country that you cannot work until you get a work visa. She knew this before marrying him and bringing him to the States. And she knows that he's going to be working when he can anyway, but that's why he's been eager to do it anyway. So for her to say that her husband has no say just because he isn't paying anything, that is just so unfair. I can't believe that she said that. I don't want to have the argument, but like he has no say though. I don't even know how to react to that. Please let me know what you think about that one in the comment section. Is that one? Oh boy, yeah, I'm definitely looking to hear what you guys are going to say. Let me know. Come on now. Ish.
I came out of retirement because I am financially taking care of my daughter and my grandson. So I do want Sherlon to be able to step up to the plate and kind of be more of a father figure.
The fact that her own mother came out of retirement just to support her because the guy that she's chasing in Jamaica isn't stepping up and she still wants to put time and effort into this guy. Your mother came out of retirement. And just to add on to it too, your mother's a Karen too. She's a Karen and she came out of retirement. That's a big sign to say you need to start wasting your time with this guy, because I don't know no Karen who would do that, to be honest with you. Just playing, Karens. Calm down. I'm just joking with you. But no, seriously, like, your mom's come out of retirement to help support you and your child because you got a no good piece of crap boyfriend. Well, is he even that? Priorities in the wrong place, dearie. You cancel that flight to Jamaica and you stay put and you just do what you can to, you know, X, Y, Z. But hey, I really hope that however the trip goes, she makes the right choice after it. I hope that she doesn't go there, it goes kaput, but she still has hope that it's going to work. However the trip goes, she needs to read it for what it is and then act from that. That's it. Simple as that.
Sherlon has a lot to prove, both in terms of being a dad to Odin and being a partner to me.
Well, we'll just end the delusion there because honestly, I don't know why she hasn't processed that. He doesn't care to prove anything to you in terms of being with you. Maybe maybe he wants to prove they can be a father, but the other part, we'll see. But nonetheless, though, that is this week's episode over and done with. And like I always say, for me personally, you know, definitely enjoying Love in Paradise way much more than the current season of 90 Day Fiancé season 9 anyway. But nonetheless, though, it's been a blast as per usual. And I hope you guys obviously enjoyed this week's review on 90 Day Fiancé Love in Paradise season 2, episode 3. And I'll catch you guys in the comment section. We are done and we are out. Peace.